Y'all's the hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it, your homies on it. Y'all's the hate on all of my moves, but now niggas on it. Y'all used to debate me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I had me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it, your homies on it. Realest podcast.
What up, we back. Realest podcast ever, out here in the field once again, man, heart of Southwest. At Cuz Spa, soon to be open Spa, you know what I'm saying? Dates coming soon. But in the meantime, we using it for content, places, and spaces. We're gonna keep, pulling up with a bunch of my different famous friends, man, people that I've been seeing on their journeys over the last few years, man. That's everything is starting to really turn over for everybody now in the last couple of years, man, heading into 2025. Today's guest is a young veteran and a rising star in the rap game. I've been seeing his motion and momentum since 2017, and every year since he's continued to elevate by always letting his bars speak. His hard work paid off in 2022 when he partnered with Jim Jones and Vamp Life Records, and his first official project, The Vault, is now available on all DSPs as a result of that partnership. You've seen him on the Come Up show multiple times, bars on I95. He kicked that off for a lot of Philly rappers, and he had one of the best Philly First 48 freestyles, hands down. TRP Nation, I present to you West Philly's own, my boy, Nuff said.
Nuff. You know what it is, man. Appreciate
good,
that, man. I love that introduction right there, man.
I gotta set you up right, you know what I mean?
That,
because, we're a trusted source, here for what we do, and we don't really talk to a lot of rappers. We've been doing more so lately, but we don't talk to a lot of rappers, so it's like when I do, it's usually personal.
Right.
It's normally something that I want to expose the audience to, something that I'm passionate about, something that I believe in, so it just goes past just like a promo run or whatever like that.
Yeah.
It's a real deal, like a cosign, from us to our audience to, expose you to everything that we got going on and vice versa. Expose them to everything that you got going on and give you a space to tell your story.
Oh, man, we appreciate that, man. We need, this is needed in the city, man. This type of energy is needed, for sure.
First and foremost, congrats on the project.
Thanks, brother.
So many artists, today kind of get signed, stop doing the work. You took an opposite approach. You really turned all the way up. You really hit the ground running, had your foot on the gas, the last 2 years, staying active, constantly putting out songs, still jumping on IG, blessing the people on IG with freestyles and stuff like that, and releasing material. Where does, that intense work ethic come from?
Just like we was just talking off camera, man. 2017 was the year that gave me my consistency. That I rap off and on since I was a kid, since I was like 11, So, but 2017 just did something to me. I don't know what it was. It was just like I can tell you exactly what it was. I had my son with me for like 2 years.
Gotcha.
Around like 2015. To 2017, I had him by myself. His mom moved, and I decided to keep him with me while she moved out of the city or whatever.
That's honorable.
Yeah, so basically, that's all I knew for them 2 years, like just taking care of my kid, just everything was about him. I did a little music, but it was just like, man, this is more important, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But the end of 2016, going into 2017, me and her decided to let him come back with her. Yeah. And it hurted me hard. Like, that drum killed me, man. I'm talking about, I was in tears like a baby. Like, crying when he left, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, that's all I know. What else am I doing?
Like when you really in it and you a real deal full-time dad, your life revolves around what your kid got going on.
That's
not the other way around.
That's why I respect a lot of single moms. Like, that right there made me respect a lot of single moms. I realized your whole life revolves around that kid, no matter what you do. Right. So, but like I said, once he left, I just was like, man, what I'm gonna do? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I swear, after I balled up in tears, it clicked in my head. I'm like, man, I'm about to do this. I'm about to go crazy. I'm about to go hard with this music. And I called my manager, Larry. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I called my other manager, Sigma Dick. And I'm like, yo, man, I'm ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how we gonna start this up or what we gonna do, what direction we about to go into. Yeah. But I'm ready to go. And 2017 was when I dropped my one of my, I ain't gonna say my first project, but like this was like my one major project. It was called Throwback Thursday.
Right.
So I took the approach of basically dropping freestyles every Thursday for 8 weeks. But it was crazy because it was before doing it on Instagram. Like, you know how we dropping freestyles on IG and all that now?
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about dropping freestyles on IG. I was making official videos like every week. Like, yo, let's shoot a video here and put it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
So every week I had to come up with a beat that I was going to use. And it's crazy because it's like I opened up my mouth too fast because it was like, damn, I gotta do this every week, and I announced that I was doing it.
Right.
So it was like, now I gotta.
Week 11, you like, dang, like I gotta do this every week.
I'm talking about we got, and then you gotta think about the cost of it. You gotta go to the studio, record. You gotta pay the camera person to, shoot it every week.
Yeah. Then the time part of sitting down with them editing because they vision might not be yours in terms of how you want the video to turn out.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Shells, man. Shells was my camera guy around that time, and he held it down, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to that guy, cause we ain't never sit down and do no edits. We trusted him. We was just like, yo, go ahead and do you.
Yeah.
And every time he bring them back, and he knew the time frame. So it was like he knew like, yo, I gotta have this right. So I think it gave all of us a consistency of like, yo, it gotta be right, and it gotta be on point, and it gotta be ready by this time.
Right.
So I feel like that right there just building my consistency of like where I'm at now with it. Like from that year on to now, that's what started it. My consistency,
Something that I love about y'all and how y'all move, you, Larry, and Sig, is that y'all are a self-contained unit. And that y'all all support one another and y'all share alike. You know what I mean? Whatever the other person got going on, y'all all illuminated on your platform, sharing the audience and all that. Y'all really brothers in that regard. Is there anybody else along the journey between 2017 to now that also might have helped out or lent a hand or, gave you a oop to, let your stars shine a little bit brighter?
It's a few people that came in. Like, well, besides my friends and my family, my friends and my family, they believed in it from the rip, like from the beginning. I ain't had no, some people start off, when they start off doing something, they don't got their family really supporting them. They ain't got no friends, ain't nobody around. My family, that's what got me started, because I had, like, when I used to do like little showcases and stuff, I would come out and my whole family and friends would be there, and they know all my lyrics to my songs. So when I'm there, it's other people inside there that's by themselves, nobody know who they is, nobody saying they stuff, but I get there, everybody like, who the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that kind of boosted me up too. So like, I just say that like my family, friends, but it been a few other people that just periodically came through and put their little 2 cents into it, and it's still happening to this day. Like, people always gravitate and help here and there and stuff come in, but like you said, we basically the glue of this. Like,
for sure.
Three,
y'all like the triangle offense.
For sure.
Outside looking in, I feel like you're somebody that always, raps and put the music first. And what I mean by that is, I don't see you do a lot of media, but whenever it's time for you to rap, you got the most to say. And it's like, if it's a challenge, if it's a freestyle, if it's a song, whatever it is, you prove your point every single time. And where does that confidence and your ability come from to just basically, let the bars speak and be carried by your talent?
I would say, man, I come up in an era where like rap, like State Property, like when I was a kid, State Property and Jada Kiss and Hove and all them, them type of guys, that's how I paid attention to them, and they just rap, like they they just went crazy every time. So when as a kid, I'm listening to that, and that's what, that type of stuff inspired me to want to do it. So it's like, that's why I refrain back to it. When I'm into the rap, I'm like, you know what? No matter what's going on, I get what you're saying. Like, as far as me just like talking or saying, you don't see me really on social media yapping, talking crazy, just straight getting to the bars. But that's what I'm in it for. So it's like, it's just easy. It's second nature to me.
I just asked that because it's so easy for rappers to get distracted, get caught up in stuff outside the music and shit like that now.
Right.
And when I see you operate under the posture of that era when rappers was really like superheroes. Like, we knew what Jay-Z wanted us to know about him. We knew what DMX wanted us to know about him.
Right.
But it wasn't just a constant thing of just talk. It was more so the song coming out, I'm doing an interview around that or what I'm going through in my life at the time.
Right.
But it's not a lot of sensationalism and a lot of bullshit. It's just real authentic conversations when they are happening, but it's around the music.
Yeah. That's what I base it around that, because for real, like, that's a feeling. Like, I go off of feeling with music. Like, it's a mood. You know what I'm saying? So when it's time to get busy, far as like, yo, I just want to go straight rap. I don't care what's going on. I might sit back and relax and hear things. I pay attention to stuff, and then I just go to the studio and I just say, you know what? Put whatever energy I got,
exactly.
Put it in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, put it here, and that's when you get. I feel like for me, that's where I get my best material from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just incorporating with the energy and just like, yo, whatever I feel, let me go inside the studio and let it out in there. You feel me?
I just think at certain times, man, rappers just get so caught up in the immediacy of being able to go on live or go on social media, make a video, say whatever, and it's like, all right, well, when you put the music up, like, you done dissed the nigga for an hour straight on live. I don't even care about the diss song now.
Yeah.
Because you done told us everything you need to tell us, and the live was better and more entertaining than the record you put out.
Than the record, and that's, you gotta, it's strategy. That's strategy. Like you said, like, around that time, like I was saying, them guys, I couldn't hear them talking back and forth to each other. I just heard diss records.
Yeah.
I was like, as a kid, I'm like, damn, he just said this. Oh, it just like, but social media opened the door for you to do so much, that you can do so much talking and all that, and you can get on, like you said, get on live. You can say, yo, this about to come, I'm about to do this, and you just following every move. Right. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, that's me basically. I kind of like try to move with strategy, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I keep it in that room. That's the cloth I was cut from.
Yeah. To the overall point that I'm making about, you being talent first, bars first.
Mm-hmm.
You were one of the first people I ever seen on bars on I95 from the Philly area 6.5 years ago.
Right.
Talk to me about that experience and kind of like the fallout from you appearing on there and what, kind of start happening around your rap career as a result of being on that big platform.
Okay, shout out the bars on I95, and like you said, you kind of correct. Honestly, I really feel like I might have been the first one.
I think you might be, you might be first.
I might be the first one that went on bars on I95 from Philly, right? But I feel like they reached out to other people first, because I think that was around the time they was just starting their platform up. So when they was probably hitting a few rappers that they was trying to get from Philly first, and whatever happened between it didn't happen. Yeah. And they did reach out to me, and I took the opportunity. I said, I'm come up there. They based out Connecticut.
Right.
So like I said, shout out to them. They took care of us too. Me and my managers, they got us down there. They got us the hotel to stay in, and we stayed there for like a night or two or something like that. And so basically, you said basically what happened from
as a result of you going on there, did you kind of see other people, not saying no names, but did you start to see other people from the city, other people from other places that because of your presence on there, now it became a destination or a place to go?
I feel like when the bars on I-95 dropped, it was one of those joints. Like when I dropped it, that was like one of my biggest videos at the moment when I dropped it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When they put it out on their platform and I put it out, people went crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it did play a part of, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? These they might be legit, because sometimes it do take somebody to do something first or something like that, or whatever.
We need a push or a cosign to be like, oh no, this legit.
Yeah, and I think the fact that I actually did something on it, like I ain't go up there and bullshit. Yeah. So the fact when I went up there and then so I think slowly but surely people started, like when they was reaching out to them, they like, all right, I come up there, like, so I think that did play a part for sure.
Yeah, I was just asking because I look back at at their history, and I look at certain timestamps and certain moments and shit like that. Yeah. They're an in-demand platform, the same way like On the Radar is an in-demand platform. Right. Gabe, we got to get my man on the radar too. But it's an in-demand platform, so I go back and do the knowledge on certain stuff and look at like the history of it and see who helped set the foundation on certain places. Right. And when it comes to that platform in our city, you help set the foundation over there to where it's like it became a destination and a place to go for people from our city and our immediate tri-state. It became a thing after you did it.
Yeah, I mean, you correct. I'm be honest with you. You correct. Cause I didn't see nobody on there before that from Philly. And they did. I remember they did tell me they reached out to a few rappers because there was other rappers out there in the city that was doing their thing. Like you know what I'm saying. And I'm pretty sure they probably try to target the other because my platform wasn't as big.
You was still on the cover.
I was on my joint. So I know that I wasn't the first one to get reached out to. I just was the first one to go up there and say, yo, let's get busy. So
speaking to strategy in music, a strategy that you've employed in terms of your releases lately is a very smart one. You've been dropping a lot of freestyles, remixes to popular songs we heard and love, which is something that a lot of artists have just like abandoned. And that used to be part of the format of rap. You almost had to like show and prove and show your creativity and how you could flip these songs that we already know and make it your own. Lil Wayne did it, 50 Cent did it, Cameron and Dipset did it. Like a lot of people employed that strategy through mixtape, street albums, and stuff like that. And I see you bringing that back and making it, important. And a lot of the stuff that you rap into is late 90s, early 2000s, 2010s, like the shit that we all grew up on and fell in love with. Why was it important to kind of attack that era of hip hop with like a lot of these beats that, you're deciding to remix and freestyle to and make your own?
I mean, because that's the era I grew up as a kid, and so that was the 90s, 2000s, 2010, all that. That's classic eras of so much music that I was listening to that moved me. You know what I'm saying? So I remember it was times when I wasn't rapping like that. I used to be like, damn, like this a crazy song. I wonder what I do to get on, what I do on this joint. You know what I'm saying? And now the fact that I'm in Full Throttle, I go back like, yo, I liked that song. I liked that beat. I want to put my twist on it. I want to put my twist on this. So it's like, it's exciting. And I feel like it's needed because some people in Philly, I feel like in Philly, right, people start taking approach from different cities, what they do.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Rappers and stuff. So that's why sometimes when you like me, I was kind of confused at first when I was trying to take it, because I'm like, damn, this the trend. Now, you start thinking about the trends and all that. And that's why I was like, yo, let me just go back to what we known for. Yeah. Bottom line, and I'm like, this is where my strength is at anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me
lean into it.
Let me lean into it. I know it's not everybody doing it right now, but hey, let me do it. And like, when I started doing it, that's how you know that people doesn't do it as often, because it was so people. I know I'll do it good, but it was in the beginning. It was like people was thinking like, this is so spectacular, and it's like this not. I'm like, it's not nothing new.
This is a tried and true blueprint that works.
That's all it was, and I'm like, this not nothing new. But I start realizing it wasn't too many people doing it. People, some rappers was trying to sound like Atlanta, Chicago, drill, and I'm like, no, I got to stand out some type of way. Yeah. But it's other rappers in the city that hold it down in that way too, that I pay attention to, like, all right, yeah, they do it. And it's like you said, it's a great strategy. If you know how to rap. Yeah.
It's almost like a cheat code. If you know how to rap, it's a cheat code, because melody-wise, top line-wise, we already recognize the song.
Right.
So I'm gonna give you an ear just off the fact that I already know the song. Right. So if you saying some shit on top of it, right, I love you now. Like, now I'm a fan.
So it became, once I knew that was a good strategy for myself, I started taking and running with it. Like, okay, this is something that's getting me attention. People tapping in. I'm gonna keep doing this, but my whole thing was too, like, I tap into that, but I go into the newer things too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I just like to be versatile. Right. You know what I'm saying? I like to challenge myself. I don't like putting myself in a lane or in a box. So there's just no telling what you're gonna see me come out with and which songs I'm gonna do or what freestyle. You know what I'm saying? So
Do you feel like you get the like I said, you've been on a commercial show, bars on I95, like, all of these big platforms and stuff. It was Untapped Hip Hop said you had the best freestyle of the year 2021.
Shout out to them.
So it's like you're getting your respect and your recognition in certain spots. Do you feel like when, you know, people talk about the best rappers, the best MCs in Philly, do you feel like your name comes up enough the way that it should?
It depends on who talking, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, what groups of people are talking. I feel like right now my name is coming up a lot. You know what I'm saying? My name come up a lot, and I know it. A lot of people come back, let me know certain things, you know, and I feel like it come up a lot, but it's still like I feel like it still ain't all the way where it should be at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As far as with the respect thing, I don't think it's not respect. I just think sometimes some people ego, some people hate animosity.
Yeah.
I don't be knowing sometimes, but I know the love that I get.
Yeah.
Every time I step outside, every time I'm seeing people, it be overwhelming sometimes. So that's why I say I don't be knowing, because it's like, maybe, I don't know if you're talking like far as like,
just, I mean, however you interpret it, really, because like again, back to my point about y'all being like a self-contained unit. Y'all do your own events, y'all put your own concerts, y'all have such a groundswell of people that are looking to and willing to support y'all. From the outside looking in, sometimes that might make a rapper or somebody else that's trying to head up another rap crew jealous, because they do something, it might be 30 people that show up. Y'all do it as 300, 400, 500, 800, 1,000 sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like I follow all of y'all and I see y'all work and what y'all do collectively and individually. So, you know, I'm just curious to know from an artist perspective, do you feel like, with all of that being said, all of the work that you put in, a freestyle every week for however many weeks, you're with Jim Jones now, which we're going to talk about in a second. You know, you started to break outside of the city, but is the city giving you the love that you should be getting, considering everything that I just mentioned?
I think it's half and half. Yeah, I think it's half and half. You know, it's group. I don't think it's not all the way, like people not, but it's just like half and half. But this Philly though. Yeah.
Half is, and for those out there that's watching or listening that's from somewhere else, if you got half of Philly, that's damn near like having the whole thing.
Yes, it's half and half, man. And then it's hard. And Philly, this is a hard place to, bro. Yo, listen, I seen some of the best rappers just fade. And I'd be like, dang, what happened to such and such, or why this? And it's because of this city is rough.
This should have beat you down, man.
If you ain't got a good team behind you, like you say, I got good people around me.
Got great people around.
They support me and they believe in me and they understand. They're not selfish. You know what I'm saying? They understand the task ahead, and they know that everything is about getting you in position, because we know that you're the one. And some people reason probably why they can't get it together, because they got people around them that's not like that. You know, it's somebody that might want to, one of their friends want to be where they at, and no, I ain't doing it. It's a lot of behind the scenes conflict, and you know that put a toll on a person, man. And sometimes they like, man, this ain't worth it, like. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, I got a great team around me, man. So like, no matter what's going on, if it's half and half, if it's 100, if it's 0, bro, we gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna figure this out, because we know that this is really gonna work regardless. You know what I'm saying? That's how we are.
And I want to challenge you, challenge Larry, challenge Sig to remember that. Like, remember how important these moments are, where y'all giving each other y'all flowers and recognizing how important the we is to the overall situation. Because a lot of times I see situations fade, you know, it be little crews popping up, whatever. Then a year later, they all dissing each other, they done fell apart because they start individualizing the success instead of realizing like we all put equal parts into this shit. Everybody brung their best to the table to make the overall situation better.
Exactly.
And if y'all keep that shit, y'all can't lose, because we so easily divided. Just like as a people, it'd be the smallest shit that just sends situations completely left that you just can't come back from, man. But y'all camaraderie and how y'all stick together is something I super duper respect about what y'all doing. What's good, people? It's your boy Chad, one half of the realest podcast ever, and I'm coming to you today with an exclusive offer only for TRP Nation. Shh, don't tell nobody. From our advertising partner, MyBookie, to kick off football season. MyBookie is giving you a super aggressive, unprecedented deposit match up to 50% of whatever you put out, up to $1,000. That's right. What does that mean? You put down $2,000 of your own money. MyBookie's going to match you, give you $1,000 of free money to be able to gamble with. That's yours, that you'll be able to access immediately as soon as you make your first deposit. Go right now, use our special offer, bit.ly/join with TRPE. It's case sensitive, so make sure you capitalize the TRPE to get this legendary offer. And if that link is too hard to follow, go to mybookie.ag. And when you check out, just use my promo code TRPE to be able to claim your $1,000 on your 50% deposit match for football season. Brought to you by the good folks at TRPE and MyBookie.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that for sure.
We talked about Instagram a little bit, but man, you've been kicking ass on IG for a long time. Legendary freestyles. You're one of the first people I've seen, like, your freestyle be going viral like 6 times. Like, they be like, oh, yo, did y'all see this, John? And then it'll pop up on Twitter or Facebook or something like that.
Yeah.
Who has tapped in with you as a result of your consistent presence, on IG? It could be rappers, producers, whatever it is, because of you just basically saying, this is my platform and I'm gonna own this motherfucker.
Like the people that tap in, that's like the celebrities, stuff like that, man. It's a lot of them have, man. A lot of them show me love, man. The GOAT to me, LL.
Yeah.
LL, he retweeted one of my joints. I mean, I did the Mama Said Knock You Out joint. Mm-hmm. And he had wound up retweeting it.
That's hard.
That's exactly what he said.
That's hard.
This shit hard. He said this shit hard.
LL, man. I think there's a little bit of disconnect. People don't, younger people don't really be doing the knowledge on certain shit.
Yeah.
To understand, like, LL was like the first rap superstar.
Like, I do my homework. He was before my time, but
yeah.
I do my homework on that type of stuff. He was if I ain't mistaken, he the first artist on Def Jam.
Yes.
Exactly. That's a legend.
He was the foundational.
He was the one that carried come on, man.
Yeah.
That's a GOAT. That's GOAT shit, bro. Def Jam, there's so many people that don't even know the Def Jam, that everybody know the height of the Def Jam, and Yeah,
they know the Jay-Z DMX with Def Jam.
But then I bet you there's a lot of people that don't even know that history, man. Like, that boy carried a label by himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And started that, man. That's GOAT shit to me. So that was major to me to see him do that. I'm like,
yeah.
So like LL, Shaq done reached out to me. Black Thought. That's dope. And
that's God tier MC.
What
right there?
For him, he like, and the stuff they say to me be like, I don't be expecting nothing else, but for somebody to reach out at their caliber to say something to me is enough for me. Like, I don't be really looking for nothing after it. It'd be like, yo, that motivated me to keep going.
Yeah. It's confirmation. When you get those moments, man, when people that are, at certain tiers and certain brackets of success and shit like that, any words that they give you is just confirmation that you doing the right shit.
Right.
And a lot of times that's just enough to push forward and get to the next goal.
Because trust me, I know they don't got to do that.
At all.
They don't got to reach out.
They can just live in a bubble and don't fucking reach out.
That's how I know that I'm being effective, because these guys is like, these not guys. I'm just mentioning some guys that's legendary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't really gotta say nothing to me. But Fredro Stars, shout out to him. Onyx, he showed love. He always show love. It's a lot, man. Sometimes I kind of can't remember all of them. But,
yeah.
I know I did the Casanova challenge, and he showed love. I was probably one of the first Philly rappers he put up there. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the first probably, but one of the first.
Yeah, one of the first.
Yeah.
It got to a point where the Philly rappers in general was going so crazy on that challenge.
Yeah.
He put a PSA out like, yo, New York, what's up?
Yeah, like, he was like,
these Philly niggas tripping.
Cause we hungry over this side, man. Listen, that's one thing about us, man. We, like, when it comes to that rapping shit, bro, like, we a force.
Yeah.
Like, and we be like on it, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, no, the Philly, shout out to the whole Philly, because we murdered that challenge.
That became the So Philly challenge.
So Philly, we murdered.
They had to start, like, they big dogs start stepping up and, you know,
they had to. But
they was under pressure.
Shout out to NY though, because NY got a lot of dope ass rappers though. You from?
For sure.
They definitely dope as shit.
Jim Jones is a staple of the East Coast, you know, along with Dipset, and they were embraced by Philly early, like 20 plus years ago. With all of that being said, considering the history, the impact, all of the moments that, you know, Jim and Dipset created, what does it mean to be in business with somebody that's so legendary like Jim?
Man, it's a lot to me, man, because like I say, that era of Dipset is one of the eras when I was a kid coming up, being in elementary, middle school, and seeing these guys on videos and, you know, just they style and this,
exactly.
You know, it was just different to us, like, oh, you know, so like for real, man, it means a lot to me because of the fact of he understands. He's somebody that understands coming from where we come from and knowing what I'm actually going through. Like, he know, like, I know exactly what he's going through. I know exactly where his mind could be at and all that. So, yeah, man, it's heavy to me, man.
How did you originally connect with Jim?
So, basically, the freestyle you were saying that was going viral, that was the video that was surfacing all over the place. So I heard him because we was on a Cosmic Kev interview, and he Cosmic Kev asked him the question. Yeah. So from his point of view, he told me exactly. I mean, from what happened, but from my point of view, it was OG Sabash. He said the same thing though, but he said he seen it on Skino page too. But yeah, it's the same story though. So he basically OG Sabash. You know OG Sabash? Yeah. Shout out to him, man. He a real one.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out Sabash.
So OG Sabash wound up posting it on his page, and him and Capo got a relationship, and Capo wound up reaching out to him and was like, yo, who this kid or whatever. And I didn't know OG Shabazz personally. Right. So he told him like he basically told him like I don't know him personally, but I can figure this out. Right. And he reached out to my manager, which is Larry, and OG Shabazz reached out to him and told him. So the message came through me, and it's crazy because my DMs and all that was going off crazy.
I'm sure this shit probably can't even read this.
Bro, I couldn't even go through the shit. So when Larry told me, I'm like, yeah. So son just told me like, yo, go through your DMs, see if he even DM'd you. So I'm scrolling. Then next thing you know, I see Capo message. I'm like, oh shit. So I clicked on it and he's just like, yo, what's going on with you? And I reached back with him, and I'm talking back to him through the DM. So that was our first connection right there.
Yeah. The first collab y'all had was, on his Gangsta Grills tape. We set the trend.
Yeah.
And he actually named the song after you, which is crazy. What was that moment like for you? You know, when that project dropped and the world got to see Jim show you that love and put you on that platform, in that manner.
Speaking of that title, I didn't know he was going to name it that neither.
Yeah, like, I figured that.
Yeah, I didn't. But my fault. I had to check my phone.
Yeah. No, it's all good. So no, what I'm saying. So it's like you didn't know he was going to name the song that.
Yeah, no.
You know, he probably told you, yo, the song is making the tape, whatever. But you didn't know that the song was going to be named that, whatever. And it was so high up. It was like number 7 out of like 22, 23 songs.
Right. So
placement on an album, especially in the streaming age, has a lot of impact on how many people hear that shit.
Yeah.
Because most people just start from the beginning, hit play, and just they end up where they end up.
Yeah.
So once that impacts and that happens and you see that, what starts to happen in your world as a result of, number 1, this collab, and then number 2, the shit being named after you?
Right. So basically, when I was in the studio, I recorded the song, but I didn't know he was putting that on his album either though.
Okay, gotcha.
So basically, he just was like, when that was my first day meeting him was the day I recorded that. So when we went up to NY, we went to the studio, we sat down, had a conversation. He let me meet the execs and all that stuff, and he introduced me. And next thing you know, he just put me straight into the, like, yo, go inside the studio, put a song together. Yeah. And that was that. So, first and foremost, I didn't know he was gonna tell me to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking we going up there to really like sit down and just talk, like to get a feel of each other and, you know, see where it go from there. But he straight put me on the spot, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go and make a song now, and I gotta pick through beats. But he had a producer in there, and they had some fire joints in there. So I'm like, damn, and I found one, and that was the one I found. And I recorded it and all that, and he put his verse on it and all that. But like you said, I found out a little later that when I came back that he had it on there, that he had it on his album, because he was actually in the works of making that album. Like I probably came near the end of it.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I caught the intel of him making that album. So when I came back, like probably the second time, he started putting the playlist up, and they started calling it out, and it said, yeah, Nuff said, and I'm like, you know, I'm like, oh shit, I'm on a John, that's crazy. So that right there just had me excited. Like, I'm like, man, like my hard work really starting to pay off. You know, it's just motivation, like, you know what I'm saying? So so then knowing that he had on a Gangsta Grill, which is legendary, you know what I'm saying? That's something that anybody, especially from Philly, because Drama from Philly. So yeah, shout out to Drama too, and just the fact that I'm on it was like a double bubble. I'm with Cabo, we making a song, then I'm on a Gangsta Grill for the first time. Right. It was real. It was a little bit of overwhelming, but I knew that it was time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is the time. Like, it's time to go up, you know?
So how long, you know, after that collab did y'all ratify the situation and you end up, you know, partnering with Vamp Life?
The official signing, like me signing the deal, the distribution deal, was probably was a few months. After that, like probably like I'm gonna say April. So I met him in November. I think it was like the end of November or something like that.
Yeah, so like 5-6 months later.
Yeah,
got done.
But the thing is, he just like. It was like I was already under it, because the way he was like moving and doing things, like as soon as I got with him, he was like, yo, because he was promoting the album and he was coming to Cosmic Cav, so he was like, yo, I need you to come to Cav. Like we just started moving. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, once we started moving, after a while, it was just like, all right, we already knew that was in the works with the contract, but we was just moving before the contract even came about. So
which is a smart strategy to all artists out there, to where it's like, yo, if you know, let the lawyers and the execs handle the business, but if you already feel like it's an organic relationship that's here, let's already just hit the ground running and let them figure the business out. And if we come to agreement, cool. If we don't, let's, you know, redline some shit and then figure it out. But if the intent is already to be there, why not, you know, basically dress for the job that you want?
Exactly. Yeah. No effects. Cause he just was all in. He was just doing certain things that I was like, damn, like this love. I'm not even really dotted, and you doing certain things that I'm like, yo, all right,
And in that situation, he's exposed because a person that's not, you know, on the same mental track as you, is not loyal like you, could use that leverage to go somewhere else and be like, oh, you know, Jim Jones and Empire one signed me, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can use that leverage to go, you know, get an extra couple bucks or whatever like that.
We had a situation with another label around the same time, and we did have a meeting with him, and I explained it. I had a conversation with Capo about it and told him what was going on. Like, we just upfront type of people, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what's going on, even if we got nothing, so once we make a relationship with each other, I'm gonna be open. So even though I ain't have nothing signed yet, I still was telling him like, yo, this situation over here and whatever. So it was, and he was like, all right, just let me know what's going on. Kept him in the loop and stuff like that. You know?
Yeah, because you know the way the music business is now, it's not as rigid as it used to be. Right. So even in that situation, if they just gave you basically like an offer you can't refuse, there still could have been a way for you to cut Jim into that situation to where he's still involved and the stamp is still there, and then you know everybody still eats and benefits from you know the work that he had put in at that point.
I learned that the way this thing is, like you can do so much. It depends on what type of deal you sign, you know what I'm saying? And that's the type of deal that we definitely had. Whereas though, like we can venture off and do things and add this on to the situation, and it's just it's crazy how this go, man. It's real. But it's like we learning as we go also.
Yeah, for sure. Since signing, you dropped a bunch of singles and loose records, just staying present, activating the DSPs, and feeding your audience. Big West Side, another song called That Nigga with Capo on there, for sure. Mama, VL, Flow. Why was it important for you to basically hit the ground running so aggressively and just keep servicing these official, records, freestyles, whatever, just to have something in the marketplace constantly?
It was important to me because it was like, continue doing what you was doing. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, yo, continue. Like, some people get into a position and they like, all right, I can chill a little bit, or I can. But I'm like, we just had the mentality like, yo, we got to continue doing what got us here.
Yeah. And
that's important to me. No matter, I think that should be important to any artist, no matter what position you in. Always think about what got you there, and continue. Because listen, I got an audience also, so exactly. I gotta finish what I started. Like I can't just fall back and be like, yo, I got this little situation now. Y'all get music or freestyles whenever. No, it's like. I'm not, I'm not satisfied neither yet. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not, and I'm still so hungry about this, and I'm passionate about making music. So it's like, it's just, I felt like it was definitely important to keep doing what I was doing.
Yeah, which is, a smart strategy, man. The same thing that got you in the building is going to sustain you if you just keep doing it.
Thanks.
A lot of people, find themselves in positions where they feel like, all right, well, they take a beat and just basically like, all right, the hard work is over. And it's like, nah, you got to work twice as hard to stay in your spot than you did to get the spot to begin with.
Bro, this is a never-ending job.
Yeah.
Like, this is never-ending. No matter what level you think you get to, you be like, all right, we here now. And then it's like, nah, bro.
Still got more work.
So you got to have the stamina for this, man. You got to have the breath to be able to keep going and you keep your mental right, too. That's number one.
Yeah, stay focused.
In your mental space, man.
The series of records we just talked about, led us to the current project, The Vault, which is out now.
Yeah.
All DSPs, a lot of songs that we know and love. You put your own take on them. You smoke the tape. It's an excellent tape. I listened to everything. So much so I went back and re-listened to all the old stuff too, because like that's how I was like in my Nuff said bag the last few days. So I was like really tuned in. Tell me about the creation of the project, and then also like the timing of the release. I'm
gonna be real with you. We thought of that idea 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we thought of it it was this 2 weeks. So basically I've been working on a project that I'm about to drop. I'm about to drop another project. Okay. But I've been working on this project for like probably since like last year.
Yeah.
Just getting everything in order. Not the one we talking about, but this other project that I'm about to drop. So me and Larry I'm always bouncing off ideas about stuff like every day bouncing ideas. And sometimes you just be like, it'd be spontaneous. He'd be like, yo, drop. I like, yo, let's drop this.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, let's call it this. And I was like, that's it. And we just started piecing because a lot of them freestyles that's on there, they ones that I already recorded.
Yeah, it was like half and half.
Yeah, but I recorded.
I'm sorry, not half, not in terms of you know better than me what you recorded.
Right.
What I'm saying is stuff that was already out.
Right.
Like stuff that kind of like led up to the project itself.
Right. So some of them was like freestyles that I would put on social media, but I never dropped on like the platforms, and I don't know. Sometimes I don't know why I do that. I just sometimes like really I go because I be going in the studio. And I'll be working on a project or something, and then we'll be in there like, yo, let's do a freestyle just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I record the freestyle, and my whole head is like, I'm just doing this for the social media to give them that real fast, you know. And I just forget about the track.
Right.
Because it'd be like a freestyle. I don't be really worrying about it too much, unless it's like something like I just dropped I just did the shake that joint. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
the Boss Man D-Lo
Yeah,
joint.
Boss Man D-Lo joint. And I know that's a joint that's everybody trendy.
Yeah.
Everybody, you know. So I knew to like, yo, put that on the platforms. I knew there's certain things that I'd be like, this one to go up there, this one I don't care for.
Right.
So, but it's like the people be in my comments and they be like, yo, where can I get this at?
Right.
And I'm like, damn, like I gotta if this what they want, I gotta give it to them. So
yeah, you gotta meet people where they at.
yeah, so I pay attention to like my supporters and the people. I pay attention to all the comments and I DM and they give me ideas and a lot of my ideas be coming from the people that be like tapped into me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how the vault came about. Like, and like I say, we got it together in 2 weeks.
Let me ask you this: considering that you know, pretty much everything is, you know, beats that we already heard before and stuff like that. How does that, for streaming purposes, how does that affect, like, you know, your splits, your back end, stuff like that, like the business of it? Or is it just kind of like, you know, the label pay a licensing fee, you get access to the song, and then you get to use the shit?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know the full business of that yet.
Yeah.
But I know that as far as with the distribution, they're able to clear it for it to go through.
Yeah.
And if something was that probably happened, somebody come and say something, then we would handle it from there.
Right, on the back end.
Yeah, it's basically, that's how I think that it's going for me right now. Like if it was to happen, it'd be like more on a back end type of situation, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, that's the good thing about having a good distribution situation too, because they able to handle certain things that you can't do on your independently, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I mean, and you know, the distro that you have, you know, with Empire, they're pretty much the gold standard for, you know, for independent distribution right now.
Yeah.
And they even provide their services. A lot of people don't know, dirty little secret, they provide a lot of their services for major labels. They marketed and promoted one of Rock projects for Atlantic.
PNB Rock?
Yeah, one of PNB Rock projects for Atlantic, and they provide these different like label services because a lot of the major labels are slimming down their operation, but the indies like Empire, Create, stuff like that, they're scaling up.
Yeah.
Because they're finding, you know, these economies of scale and being able to basically, you know, service the artists, get them more money, get them recouped faster, and not have to spend as much in order to do so.
Right.
So they operating in that in-between space, which is perfect for somebody like you that's, you know, on the come up, where it's like you got a legacy act attached to your project in Gym and your situation in Gym. And that means a lot because just off of, you know, a Capo fan just searching on a Thursday night, Friday morning to see what new music came out, they search his name, your project comes up now.
Sure, yeah.
So now they listen to that, you do what you doing on there, smoking fucking everything.
Yeah.
Now they become a fan of yours. So it's like all of these things play into one another and help one another, especially in the, you know, in the independent music space right now, which is, you know, outperforming a lot of the majors. With the exception of like country. Yeah,
no, you right. You right. That the Empire whole thing, like it's just like they definitely taking over for like they got, it's a lot of artists that do business with them.
Yes.
Like a lot of top artists.
Yeah.
Like some of the artists that's legendary artists that been around for so long that I still be learning like certain people that's a part of it. Like, oh wow, they on this, who that? Yeah. So they definitely got a good thing going on.
Once I saw how they worked that Money Man and Lil Baby record, the Kobe record that they had, they worked that record to 5 times platinum. Once I saw that, I'm like, oh, this is basically a major. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like if y'all have the ability to work a record at radio, and I was in Atlanta at the time when that record was going crazy, and I'm in downtown Atlanta and I'm driving past and I see like a bus stop. They got fucking little billboard on the bus stop. Then I look up by the airport, billboard, and I'm just like they was really like working the shit out of these records in these key markets, man. And once I saw that, I'm like, oh, this is over now.
They basically figured it out.
Like, they figured everything out.
They figured it out to the point like they making it hard.
Because they took it past digital distribution into like once something starts activating, they'll put boots on the ground in the market and enhance and boost the presence of a record in order to you know what I'm saying?
Make sure you get the right looks and all that, yeah.
Exactly.
That's how it go, yeah. Shout out to Empire.
Yeah, no, Empire, man, is great. One day we're going to get Ghazi on his joint and pick his brain and figure out.
That'd be dope. I know for sure that'd be a dope joint.
Figure out everything that, that he knows, man. A couple of my favorites from the vault, Flamer's Flow, killed it. No More Parties.
Yeah.
Down South with Jim and Fake Free KP.
Yeah,
shout out
to
KP.
KP. Southwest.
Set the Trends. Smoke That and Sleazy Flow. Those was like my favorite joints. What are your favorite joints from the project?
That's crazy, man. I don't even got a favorite, bro. I know the one that's touchy to me is that No More Parties.
Yeah.
That puts me in a different space because that kind of brought something out of me that I usually don't give up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would hear me, I'll be popping shit, talking crazy, I'll do this and do that to your girl and all that. But that touched me a certain way when I heard it. And I was going through a lot, like when my dad passing away around that time, going through like personal issues with people I know. And, I just I feel like I got a little personal on the record, more than I ever did.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I would say that's like one of my favorites right there. That's like one of my favorites because it's just like something different than what I usually do. And honestly, I'm gonna start getting into that lane a little more. Cause there's a lot that I got a lot to talk about, but I'm a person that just don't. I'm a person like I hold it in more.
Yeah.
And but that's why about music gave me an outlet to be able to express myself. Cause I express myself a lot on my music that I wouldn't do like on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? So like No More Parties. Let me see what else I like. That's my favorite. Us. I like the sleazy joint, Smoke That, man. Yeah, the sleazy.
Your bop was dope on there.
The flow, So I don't know, man. I don't be picking my favorites like that, bro, when it come down to my music, man. So I just let the people kind of like, I put it out there, let them eat it up, man. Let them go crazy with it, man. But but that's the start of something new. And I'm actually, this is my first time about to announce, I'm actually about to go drop the deluxe. Hopefully I can get it out Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got so many, man. We was just going through. I'm like, we forgot to put that on here. Forgot to put that on there.
Are you gonna put the Shake That Ass joint on there?
I probably do, because it'll go under like somewhat of a project instead of me just having it out. Because I did that with a few of those on there that I had put out already, and I'm like, you know what? Let me put it. And that's me listening to my supporters and my, the people that tap into me. They was like, yo, you need to put this stuff under one umbrella so we can listen to it, a certain way. And I'm like, damn, you know what? It don't hurt to continue putting it under, even if I put it out, like, that's like putting out a single and then putting out the project and then still putting it on there. So, Yeah,
I asked about that joint because I looked at, the analytics and all that. That joint is trending on Apple Music right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you...
no, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like, when you got a star next to the song, that means it's trending.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like it's trending on Apple Music right now.
He just put me...
So, that traffic, once you add it to the deluxe, as a bonus track or whatever, it's going to send traffic back to, the whole project.
Put me on. Now I'm about to resurface that. You feel what I'm saying? No, that's dope. I know it's trending on Instagram, though. Yeah. It showed me that. It was trending. I didn't know it was trending on Apple Music and all that. That's dope.
Yep.
That's dope.
Besides promoting this tape, man, what's on the agenda for you for the rest of 2024 and, heading into 25?
More music, more projects. Like I said, I got another project that I'm about to drop. I don't got a date for it, but I got one more piece of content that I gotta shoot.
Got you.
It's done. The project done. I got like 2 videos done already. Everything, the cover art, everything's ready to go. It's just that there's one piece of content that I'm like, I can't push this out until I had this. Yeah. So I'm gonna have another project coming out hopefully between September, October-ish. And basically just right now we like behind the scenes just getting a lot of our business together. Like a lot of things that I'm like, damn, I gotta get this situated. So
important.
Yeah, it's very important, So I got people, like you were saying, you was asking me earlier that how, people gravitating to helping out. I had people behind the scenes, you know, there's a few females that's behind the scenes right now as we speak that's, yo, they on go. Yeah. They monsters, man. And they just kind of give them, you know, females, they give you a different outlook on stuff, like stuff you should pay attention to. And that's what I'm getting. They bringing me to the light about certain things that they like, yo, you need to get this situated. And so I've been doing that over the last probably 2-3 months, just doing that. And I got a goal set where certain things should be set up like in the next 5 months, 6 months. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of behind the scenes, but also not forgetting about the music.
Right.
Because that's what, as an artist,
that's like your commercial to be in a position to do other stuff.
Right. So it's like, as an artist, sometimes we forget to handle the business because we just keep trying to stay relevant, and we keep trying to stay on the scene. And it's like, you got to either learn how to balance it, or you got to learn how to say, all right, look, let me put that to the side and let me handle this. So I'm learning how to be like basically juggle everything to make sure that everything is on a common ground and I'm not missing out on nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving this out and I'm abandoning this. It's like I'm just trying to find that common ground and keep it sturdy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many, verticals within the music business that artists just don't either are unaware of or just, put to the side, don't pay attention to. Your publishing, your master splits, your overall, artist rights in terms of like, when stuff is supposed to revert back to you. If I'm in a distro deal, but who actually owns the project or for how long do they own it? Is it a licensing deal? So it's like all of this stuff. So understanding that you need to get in tune with all of that stuff and having people that's actively working on it, man, I can't do nothing but salute you because a lot of times we see artists on the back end complaining about that when they had the opportunity to take the time now to do it. And they just was moving and grooving so hard, they just ignored the business.
Right, facts. No.
And sometimes we do it to ourselves. Sometimes it's not like some white man in the building that took advantage of you. Sometimes it's us just not knowing or being just ignorant to the shit.
No, that's a big fact, and it's all about really like having a team around you that, because you're an artist, so you trying to stay focused on the craft, and it's hard to stay focused on the craft and handle business at the same time. But if you got the people around you that's keeping everything together and putting, this is that, and it helps out a whole lot. A whole lot. Trust me, man. I be needing it. I be like, I forget a lot, all that type of stuff. But I got I got a team behind me that's working overtime, man.
For sure. Before you go, you gotta give me your Mount Rushmore of Philly MCs and just your all-time top 5 dead or alive.
You put me in that seat. Hey, so Philly,
you get 4
all
spots.
Time, 4?
4. Mount Rushmore, you get 4 spots. Or you can do 5.
You can do 4 or 5, give me 5.
All right, you get 5.
You make it
so we
hard.
doing top 5 dead or alive Philly, and then top 5 dead or alive period, all time.
Okay. I gotta go with Mac.
Gotta go with Mac.
Mac, Mac. Philly. There's so many crazy rappers but I gotta think about
No, it's your list. You ain't gotta think about nothing.
Okay.
Whatever you want it to be.
Right.
Because for me, like on my list, my top 3 in Philly it's changed now because of Meek, because Meek had such an impressive career. But for a long time, my top 3 was always in the order would change: Beans, Spado, and Black Thought.
That'd be your top 3?
That would be my top 3. But now Meek has had such a prolific career, I have to add him, into the mix. So I got to shift somebody around.
See, with me, it goes off it plays a part of who like, far as me, who did something to inspire me too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Meek would definitely be in that regardless, because he's one of the people that was inspirational. I seen this come up. You know what I'm saying? It was just like
Meek was the motivation for a forgotten city, because after State Property, we didn't really have a lot going on.
Right. So
and he ignited that shit and ran with it.
Facts. So like, there's no way I don't see how nobody wouldn't be able to put him in there at this point.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah,
you're being dishonest.
Yeah, you that's wild. But it'd be Mac. It would be Mac. It would definitely be Meek. You said Spade. Spade definitely. That's a I would have to put Spade in there too. For Spade, like one of my favorites, man. Like one of my favorite figures, all that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely put Spade in. On speaking on that too, that was legendary for me too. For me, to get Spade. These guys that I really looked at as like true spitters, like the guys that get busy. And I got Spade, Creeforge, and Hollow Man. All three of them on one of my projects.
Wow.
Like that was 2020 that I had dropped. And like to get them all, and that was me still coming, just getting my feet wet and still like putting in the work. But I know that they don't move on just any and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a funny story. I'm gonna tell you this on real. I don't think I never told Spade this though, but back in what year was that, Rick? When I first tried to approach Spade before.
Right, it was like
2016 or something.
2017, 2018.
No. It probably was like 2016 probably. But I seen him inside of the casino down. It was the Sugar House. That was my first time actually seeing him in person. And he was playing at the casino, playing at the joint. He probably don't remember though. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I come up to him, let him know like, yo, I fuck with you heavy, give him that. And then I'm like, yo, like, how much you charge for a verse or whatever? And he gave me a number and all that. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I was thinking about, I'm like, damn, I want to get that feature or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? But I never got it or whatever. I never got in contact with him. And then like years later go past and I earned the respect of
right.
And if that felt better, you know what I'm saying? I earned the respect of him, like, no, like, come on, like, let's get it done.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So that right there meant a lot to me, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm sure it felt even better, even though you had to wait on it, it felt better for you to just achieve, and then have somebody that you hold in a certain light look at you and like, we cut from the same cloth. I'm gonna do this for you.
Yo, that and stuff like that, because sometimes you try to take the easier route with this music stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, it seemed like we've been stopped from taking the easy route. Like who wouldn't want to take the easy route? You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, it always a roadblock when it's time for us to try to get like some type of job. And it'd be like, damn, why this? And then as we keep going, we be like, yo, I'm glad it happened this way. I'm glad that I'm able to earn it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it just take time to have to put that work in. But like I said, that was just like one of my stories that I never even shared with nobody.
But that, when I was just talking to Spade, I was explaining to him that's the reason why he's on all of our lists. Is shit like that, because you don't see a lot of people that are, in the upper echelon of, even if it's just a city or a region or whatever it is, that truly just reach back and help the next generation and just wholly, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Spade, man.
And he has endless stories like that.
Yeah, shout out to him. He definitely like, and he gave me jewels too when he pulled up to the studio, and he gave me like, yo, and all three of them, Spade, Hollow Man, and Cree. Like when they was all on one record with me. I'm actually gonna drop it on the deluxe. The deluxe version, I'm gonna drop that. So, that was dope. But like we was talking about how we got into that. We was talking about the top five.
Top five.
Yeah. So I said Mac. So I give it to Mac, Meek, Spado. I'm gonna say Hollow Man. I gotta put Hollow Man in there to me, cause
shout out Hollow Man. That's my bro.
Shout out to Hollow Man. He wanted the goose when it come down to that.
He jumped back in the battle rap ring and lit the world on fire.
He went crazy
with that.
He went crazy on that. For him to come back and do that, I was like, damn, that was dope. So he like a person that you want to see, but he, they move on their own pace.
Yeah.
So that's why I like about him too. They don't. That's why it was so. It meant so much to me, because I see how they move.
Yeah.
And I know they don't just be jumping for any and everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that was legendary. So So who is it? I put 4 in there.
Yeah, you got one more. So we got
It's
C.
so many, bro. It's
we
so
got
hard.
C. We got Meek. But no offense to nobody. But we just trying to narrow it down to a 5.
Yeah. It's not.
You got
no
C. You got Meek. You got Speed. You got H-Man.
Got H.
Blow some dip.
Will Smith. Larry said Will Smith. Will Smith for me, legendary as far as all around. I wouldn't put him in my top 5 rappers. I want to put him in my top 5 rapper, like, you know what I'm saying?
To me, right?
But like, far as like,
he achieved so much in life.
That's what I'm saying.
We can't even just call Will a rapper. Like, that was his jump off to create an empire.
For him to go to where he at, but yeah, like, I couldn't put him as my top 5 rapper. Like, I wouldn't even be being real about that. You know what I'm saying? So,
but Will's the Philly GOAT for a whole nother reason.
Will, exactly. Will is, man, he's somewhere. Come on, man. He shouldn't even be in this conversation.
Yeah, Will and Cass is the Philly GOAT.
No, period. Yeah, no, so, yeah, that would be. I'm gonna take that as my 4 right now because there's so many, and I don't want to keep naming and nobody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So many of them, dog.
But that's a powerful 4, though.
That's a crazy.
That's
4.
a crazy 4.
That's a crazy 4. That's a wild 4.
That's a crazy 4. All right, so now
you said my top 5 all time.
All to whoever, no restriction, no any market, any era, and you don't gotta explain yourself. It's your list.
I ain't gonna explain myself. My first one is Big. He was like a big inspiration to me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Big is probably my favorite ever to ever do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just for so many different reasons. And it's like so much certain stuff, how he talk is crazy. I love it.
Big master every flow.
Yeah.
He rapped with every fucking rap titan that there was.
Yeah.
He one of the only niggas that could say they undefeated against Jay-Z on collaborations.
Yeah.
His pen was lethal in terms of being a writer.
Right. He had everything.
He had everything.
He had everything to complete you as an artist, a rapper.
Yeah.
Like, so that's why he's so major to me, because it's like this is something I was trying. That's the direction I'm going into to embody that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So it'd be Big. So we had Big, definitely had LL in there. Big LL. Hove.
Gotta have
Hove in there.
AD.
And Kissing Beans, to me.
Fire.
That's me. Because they all played, like, you know what I'm saying? It's all something there about it for me that the reason why I'm even picking them. But they my top 5.
That's a hell of a top 5.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Nuff said, West Philly. The Vault is out right now. We trying to hurry up and get this deluxe edition out by next week.
Yes, I'm trying to push that right out. I
can't wait. We gotta strike while the iron is hot. Get that right out, man.
For sure.
Anything else that people should be looking towards, or whatever, and most importantly, how can people get in contact with you if they want to do bookings, podcasts, whatever? Like, people want to talk to you.
Oh man, y'all can listen, man. I just got my website done, like my first official website.
That's big.
Like I said, shout out to my team that's Miami. They wound up putting that together. So my website is Nuff Said 215, right? Make sure Nuff Said. I want to make sure I'm getting so many joints. But it's because I just also got my Shopify for my merch too. So it's like I'm trying to remember all these joints.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nuff Said 215.com. That's my official website. Got my bookings on there. You can book my updates of what I got coming up. My merchandise is on there, and we got more that we gonna add on to it, you know. But right. So you can find me through that, and plus find me on all social media platforms at Nuff Said 215, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all those. what's the jump? What's the other? I be forgetting these apps. TikTok.
You on TikTok? Yeah.
TikTok too. Shout out to TikTok. They be showing a lot of love on that.
Yeah.
So it be seeming like TikTok and Instagram is like two different.
No, listen, bro. Let's talk about it, right?
It feel like it's two different workers.
It's not the same people.
Dog. That's what
it's not the same people. Instagram is like the cool motherfuckers that's like showing you the highlight reel of their life and look at this all this thorough shit I'm doing, whatever.
Yeah.
But it lacks a lot of personality at times.
Right.
TikTok is all personality, entertainment, comedy, people embarrassing themselves, whatever to get the traffic.
Right.
Instagram is like, no, because we
too cool,
we
like
thorough.
Like you're a little too cool.
Like Instagram is VIP, TikTok is general admission.
Right. And the reason why I say that too is because it's for when I be dropping videos on there, it be seeming like it's people that never knew who I was.
Yeah.
And I be like, none of y'all not on social media. Come on, man. IG?
No, we not. We only on TikTok.
So basically, it's a whole different audience.
Yes, like bro, I promise you, it's a whole generation. You might catch
some people that still.
It's very little overlap. It's probably 10% overlap.
Yeah, so I noticed that too. So that's a crazy marketing strategy that I'm like, damn, then I be trying to get everybody to come to different platforms. Yo, come over here and do that.
Yeah.
But, some people just stay on one platform.
Bro, it's a whole generation. I read a news story about this probably like 6-7 months ago. It's a whole generation of people that's like behind, because I know you're younger than me, behind you that just basically opted out of Instagram. Like, it's over. Like, we're not even touching the platform.
That's out of Instagram?
They just off. They like, we don't fuck with Instagram. It's too much going on. The community rules, this and that. We don't like it.
Community guidelines
is killing us. Like, it's not fun. It's too whatever.
Man, they just, they had suspended my live for some dumb, like, I woke up, I'm like, why am I off a video that they talking about something is nude? And I'm like, I'm looking at the video, I'm like, there's nobody's naked in it.
Right.
I done seen way crazier stuff that girls coming down with ass out, all that. I be like, yo, I gotta stop messing with me.
And they make it so easy for you to get an infraction, but so hard for you to appeal to shit or basically be able to present your case and be like, yo, that's not even what happened. Like, and because it's all, AI driven and all of these, third party applications that's monitoring content and stuff like that, you're never gonna talk to a real person.
Ever. Ever. They you know how many people that would they should, I don't know, that they had a hotline or something, it'd be wild because people be calling that
all day, every day.
That should be off the hook, boy.
They had to hire 100,000 people if Instagram had a hotline, bro.
But this is, like you said, the AI thing out now, so it's not, ain't nobody putting that type of work in.
No, not at all. They like, let the computers deal with that shit. We'll get back to you in 4 months.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's basically I got projects for the Nuffies. That's gonna be for the, I'm gonna talk to the females. I'm gonna get into that.
Yeah.
So
the girls love you, man.
Yeah. I love them back, man. I love my Nuffies, man. So I'm inspired by doing that project because I would drop joints for the females throughout the years, and they ask the same thing, like, yo, we want this on a project, and I'm like, you know what, I need to sit down and really do something exactly for them too, and that's what's keeping me busy, because the fact that I'm versatile and I built this audience of so many people for different reasons, and some of them love me for the same thing, some of them love me for this and love me. It's like it keeps me working, and it keeps me being creative.
Right.
So I'll be dropping that soon, and then we got my managers. They about to open up their first restaurant.
That's crazy, man. We got to clap that up. You know what I mean?
Man, they put some hard work in for this, man. Getting trucks and doing pop-up shops for the last few years, and now they finally got it together and got a spot that you can come to and get your rolls and get your cheesesteak rolls, your salmon rolls, and they gonna be adding so much stuff on it. And that's September 15th, the grand opening. So y'all invited if y'all want to come.
There.
You know what I'm saying? And if anybody see this, September 15th is the grand opening. Y'all come to our pages, Nuff said 215, and then you got my Larry, the manager. Y'all go look on this page. Y'all be able to see the date, the location, and all that.
What's the address for the spot?
4524 Frankfurt Ave.
4524 Frankfurt Ave. September 15th.
September 15th, grand opening. Everybody's invited to come and just come celebrate with us, man. It's we that's what we doing. We trying to start doing different stuff, businesses, and
Yeah.
you know, getting into it for real. Like just understanding that it's this we can do so much more than just making music and doing this. Let's make it an empire. You know?
Exactly. Bro, super talented, man. Your future is bright. About your business.
Yeah.
You got a solid team behind you, man. I applaud everything that y'all doing, and I really, really, admire how y'all move and all of the strategic things that y'all doing, man, as a unit, and then you as an artist, man.
Right.
I'm pulling for you anytime you need me. I'm here.
Yeah.
And you definitely got an open invite to come back to the show whenever you want.
For sure, man. I appreciate you, man. Like honestly, dog, you got a solid platform, and I don't sit down and talk to everybody, like, you know what I'm saying, and I reached out. I'm like, because I seen you show love when Tone Trump was up here. Shout out to Tone Trump for came up on the platform and mentioned what we had going on, because he's from West Philly, or whatever.
Tone is West Philly over everything. First and foremost, West Philly, and then it's like, all right, now let me tell you about who else I like.
I can vouch this over time, seeing him. He always repped the West Philly, and that's how I am. I'm real proudful about West Philadelphia. I said in all my music, all that. So it's like, and I think we are. Like, we like that because we know that it's some type of thing where we don't get that recognition like that. Like, far as
I was gonna ask you that too.
Yeah.
Do you feel like West get overlooked?
I feel like we starting to make noise, because you got like some of the other younger cats that's coming out. And they making on the drill side. They making a noise on doing it. So
I'll be honest, and people can get mad if they want.
Yeah.
I'll put you, Tor, and Amir Ali against any three from the city. If we talking about neighborhood, and we being neighborhood centric.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's a crazy three.
That's dangerous. But I think, you know what it is? I think that people, we definitely get over the years. West Philly don't really get, so that's why I'm so proudful of the fact that I got anything light on me. I'm going to keep making that a thing. So like, that's definitely something that's how I know Tone Trump be on that time too. Like, it's West Philly. Like,
West Philly to the world.
But the thing is, I mean, and it's crazy, like a lot of people from different cities now that tap into me, they understand, like, man, you from West Philly, and especially some of the girls, they like, yo, you made me want to talk to a West Philly guy. Like, I'm like, we pretty cool, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm one of the reasons that things like that is getting some light.
Yeah, you stamping it, man. West Philly to the world.
West side, big West side. You know.
I mean, I grew up in West and Southwest. I lived at 42nd and Fairmount on Brooklyn Street forever.
Oh yeah. You right. That's like close down to the bottom.
Exactly. And then that's how you know you a real West nigga, because you know that's not the bottom.
Yo,
that is not 42nd and Fairmount is not the bottom.
Yo, and
you gotta cross Lancaster Avenue.
Listen, I'm from 46th Street, and when I say 46th Street to somebody from like South Philly and North Philly, like, you from the bottom.
From the bottom.
I'm like, that's not the bottom. 46th Street is nowhere near the bottom.
Not even close.
You get what I'm saying? So and I know that. So I get that 42nd. That's not the bottom.
That's not the bottom.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? That's not the bottom, man. But I've been in it and around it, man.
Yeah.
And it is a certain way that West Philly niggas move, certain way Southwest.
Yeah.
We're all similar but different.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? No matter where you go,
For sure, it's definitely a difference, but we got major similarities. But you know the difference.
You know the difference, and it don't take long to spot them neither.
At all. So that's dope, man. Like I said, I appreciate your platform. I've been watching it, been looking at it.
I appreciate
and it's
that.
solid, and it's not a bunch of dumb craziness going on. Like, you really care about the culture. You really tapped in. Like, you really paying attention, and that's what I look for when I'm coming on somebody's platform. Like, how tapped in they are when it comes down to the culture, what we got going on in Philly, when it comes down to not just music, but just anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I salute you for the platform, man.
I appreciate that, bro.
You, dog.
Yeah, I mean, I've been, in and around this thing for like, going on 30 years. I'm dating myself how old I am. But I grew up in it. My cousin Stevie G, whose space we in now.
That's your cousin? Okay.
Yeah. He responsible, for that whole initial new, wave of artists getting signed. Him and Sadiq. I was actually in here with both of them last week, which was crazy. Dan was late. He wasn't here with the camera. He missed the moment.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Dan, that was legendary.
So I grew up in it. I care about it. I love it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love to see people that bring their own individual flair and shit to the Philly rap scene and just to the rap scene in general, man. And I root for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can't lie, act like I don't have my favorites too.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Everybody entitled to their favorites, man.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the good thing about music. It's like it's for different people. Certain people gonna like this, certain people gonna like that. Everybody gonna like what you're doing, and you gotta just accept that and keep pushing and keep doing it for the people that's tapped into what you're doing.
Yeah. So with that being said, man, you're a great representation of West Philly. You're a great representation of Philadelphia, and being a spitter, but also being a songwriter, being able to make songs for the girls and all that, and just being versatile and being multifaceted, and understanding that it's a way to service all these different audiences and still be authentically who you are.
Right. That's the number one thing, being authentic, man.
Gotta be authentic through it all, man.
Appreciate you, gang.
TRPE, Nuff said, we out of here.